Good afternoon, everybody. It's Shayna Recker here from Girlfriend's Guide to Network Marketing. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday's Thoughts, and I'm coming to you guys with a thought about a new book that I'm reading. So welcome everybody to this video today. I am without glasses today because I've got new glasses in the works, and they are all out getting new lenses because one thing I know as I'm getting older is my eyes are getting worse. If you're with me on that one, give me a thumbs up or a heart. So today I'm without glasses, so if you do make any comments today, hopefully I'll be able to see them. So I want to talk to you guys today about synchronicity and the signs and symbols and things that we see throughout our day. And do you even believe in coincidences? Do you believe that those coincidences are there to help guide and support us on this journey? And I am somebody who does believe in synchronicity and coincidences as being meaningful, that they're not just a fluke. I totally believe in that, and I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So if you're just joining me, do you believe in synchronicity? And this is the book that I'm reading right now. I'm trying to get on here. So it's The 7 Secrets of Synchronicity. And it's funny because this book was lent to me from a really good friend who I go to the gym with every week. And one of my symbols that I have for myself to show me that I'm on the right path, that when I see this symbol, it means something to me, is the blue butterfly. And when she lent me this book and it has this giant blue butterfly on the front, I knew that this was something that I was meant to read right now. So I dug into it right away. And I don't know, do you guys have symbols out there? If you do, comment, about that in the comments, because I'd love to hear if any of you guys are quirky like that, like I am. I have these little quirky things that I do that just really, when I see the blue butterfly, to me, it shows that I'm doing the right things, or I'm on the right path, or I'm going in the right direction. So this book came to me at the perfect time. So I'm not all the way through it. I just started it, but I want to ask you guys, do you believe in coincidences? Do you believe in things, presenting themselves to you as a way to guide you through this life? And this is something, if you guys had asked me this 10 years ago, before I got into the business of network marketing and all the personal development I've done and all the mindset training I've done, I probably would have said no, like it's just a coincidence. But there are so many things that I've learned over the years about how all of this stuff works and the laws of the universe and laws of attraction, and this just plays right into it. So when you see these coincidences, you guys, the trick is to, one, notice them, and two, notice how you're feeling when these things happen. So, if you have something where, you were supposed to go to something and you didn't, or you went to something else and then you ended up meeting this really awesome person, like that's one of those situations, that's like a synchronistic situation where you made a different choice and you went somewhere different, and then you ended up meeting that really awesome person or that next amazing business partner in your team. And it's like, that happened for a reason. That situation happened. You were meant to go down that path because there was somebody specific there that you needed to meet. And so these things are there to guide us. They're there to warn us. They're there to affirm things for us. These little synchronicities, these little signs and symbols, they're there to inspire us. When we take note of them, and when we take note of how we feel when they happen, because that's the piece that shows us, is this something, like if you're excited when you see something, or there's a coincidence that happens in your world and it makes you feel a little bit like, ooh, that wasn't so good, it could be there to warn you, right? So really paying attention to these things. And I know, here's the story of a coincidence that happened in my world. And just to give you as an example is, when I was looking for my next mentor, my next coach, my next somebody to work with, my husband came in, and actually was kind of looking, but I wasn't like fully looking. I knew I wanted to work with somebody, but I didn't, I wasn't like putting a lot of attention to it. I just kind of had that in the back of my mind. And my husband came home from walking the dog, and he was listening to this podcast by Chris Harder, For the Love of Money is his podcast. And he came in the door and he says, you need to listen to this woman's story, you need to listen to it. So I was like, all right, sure. So I go ahead and my turn to walk the dog, I listen to the podcast. Well, in this podcast, he's interviewing Amber Lillystrom. And it's her story and talking about her journey in life and getting into business and all the things that she's learned. And I really did relate to it. There was a lot of things in that podcast that I related to. And so then, of course, I go onto her website, I look her up, and she has this mastermind program. And I was just like, geez, like this sounds interesting. So I go through, there's an application. I go all the way through the application, but at the very end, it says like, are you going to apply to this? If you're applying to this, that means like, if you're going to go for it, right? Like if you're in kind of thing. And I kind of hesitated a little bit whether I should hit the button or not. And I just thought, you know what, I chatted with my husband. He's like, hit the button. Just go, hit the button and see what happens. So I applied to be part of the mastermind. I had a call, went through all the stuff. And you guys, long story short, I'm trying to make this decision whether I should invest in this or not. My gut was telling me yes, but I just needed that sign, that symbol, that something to tell me that this was the right thing. And I kept asking for it. I kept saying like, should I do this? Do I need to do this? And sure enough, I'm going through, I was checking out her Instagram feed and I see that she's using the products that I sell in my network marketing company. And then I go ahead on Facebook and I asked her straight out and I find out that she's actually in the same company as me. And I went, there was my sign. That was my sign that this was the path that I was supposed to go on. And so I joined her mastermind, you guys, and it literally has changed my life. It's changed my businesses. It's just put me in a whole new path and a whole new direction. And that's one of those little synchronistic signs that can show you that you're on the right path, that you're going down the right direction, that you're doing the right thing, or maybe not, right? Like, so if you're seeing something and it's making you feel not great, like when I saw that, to me, I got excited. I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. That was the sign that I was looking for. And I knew what I needed to do. But if you got the different feeling, or maybe there was something that was like a warning sign that you were like, ooh, I don't really like that that's going on, that could be your sign that maybe it's not for you, right? So it's really about just being aware and being open to the things that are going on around you. And I don't think there's accidents in this world. I really don't. I think that there's a lot of meaning that goes on in the things that we see. I mean, how many of you guys have met somebody, you know, along your journey that you weren't supposed to meet, like you weren't supposed to be in that place, or you made a different decision, or there was something that came to your mind and you thought, you know, or something happened where, you know, you were supposed to go down road A, but instead you went down road B and something really amazing happened and you met this awesome person. Like those little things that happen in our lives, you guys, I think that there's a lot of synchronicity in those things that lead us down the right direction. So I don't know if I'm making sense right now, you guys, but let me know if you believe in synchronicity. Let me know if you believe in coincidences. Let me know if you believe in signs. And if you use those things to help guide you on your path. Because I know I do. I take a lot of, I use those things to help me make decisions and help me try to figure out where I'm supposed to go. And a lot of it comes from me first asking the question in my head, should I or shouldn't I do this? You know, show me something that's going to help me move, you know, make that decision. And then from there, I make those decisions based on what I'm seeing and recognizing around me. So I hope that makes sense. This is something that, you know, I just stumbled upon this. Well, I didn't stumble upon it. My friend gave it to me. It had the blue butterfly on it. So I thought this was the time to read it. And it was really speaking to me. So do you believe in synchronicity? Do you believe in these things, you know, showing themselves to you as a way to help guide you? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, you guys. So that was it. And the other thing too, the other example that I had, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but like, so, you know, sometimes you're thinking about something and then you hop in the car and you turn on the car and there's a specific song that is actually kind of the words of that song are actually, you know, go along with the thoughts and the things that you're thinking about at that moment. And you kind of have a little chuckle, go, oh, isn't that funny? That's one of those signs. That's one of those synchronicities where it's like the song is trying to tell you something. There's a correlation to that. It's not just, to me, I believe it's not just something that just accidentally happened. I believe that there's something that's speaking to you there. So that's another thing too. And I always find that with YouTube as well. Like when I go to listen to some kind of a training or something on YouTube, I listen to a lot of Abraham Hicks. You know, it's like I'll pull it up and the first one that I pick, I'll just pick one randomly. And it's always got the message that I need to hear at that moment. Always. It's never fails. So those are the little synchronicities that happen. But anyways, I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic, you guys, today. I hope that you enjoyed this today. I hope that you're finding some awesome synchronicities and signs and symbols in your world today. But that's it for me. Have a fantastic weekend, you guys. I will not be live next week. I might be live Thursday. But I've got Christmas, of course, coming up for our family. We're going to be taking some downtime, but I'll be live maybe once next week. But we got some exciting stuff launching for January. The mastermind is officially open. That's going to be closing on January 12th. And what else do we have going on? Oh, the Gold Digger the Gold Digger workshop. Thank you to everybody who was on. We had amazing results with that. I think we're going to do a second round of that on January 2nd. So more details to come on that, because we had a lot of requests for people who missed that want to see it again. So we're planning on some more stuff with that as well. So that's it for me. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.